Hello everybody to this week's episode of Farwa Show. Anyway, do not go anywhere because I want to give you the best equipment that will give you the best setup as a creator in 2022. Some great tools, bits of gear that will help you not only level up your video, but maybe start to think of the type of things that you need if you haven't got them already. So stick around. So I'm Dave from TVR Creators, and I make weekly content basically on the best cameras for creators and occasionally gear to really help up your game. If that sounds interesting to you, subscribe now. So without further ado, let's crack on to Cam 2. So first off, later on in the show, do not go anywhere because I'm going to be showing you and showcasing this awesome tripod. But before we carry on with that, I just want to get with the gear. So the first thing you want to think about, which everyone should think about, is the Canon M50. Now this is, in my opinion, still one of the best cameras for creators for way under £1,000. You can get it now for about 600 or so. Now this is a great deal on the M50 Mark II, just over 600, 650, maybe a bit more in dollars. And what's really cool about this particular deal, there's £1 off in a minute apparently. There's 6% off at Amazon, so go and check it out. We've got all the links to everything we're talking about today in the description and the pinned comment, so check it out after the video. This is a great deal on the M50 because comes with an SD card, and in a moment I would just have a brief look to see if there's any even better deals for you. Now why should you get the M50? I'm going to be brutally honest. It has an external microphone jack, which is very important if you want to up your audio, because half of all your video is audio, especially if you're recording outside, because you don't want that annoying noise from the wind, which is highly irritating. Now the M50 does have a very nice external microphone if you want to buy a microphone later, but just bear in mind, if you want the best audio quality, you've got to get yourself an external microphone. Why is this really cool? So it has a flip screen, which is very handy as a creator that looks at you, which is absolutely brilliant. Interchangeable lenses, a mirrorless camera, so it's a bit smaller, which is really nice. Comes with a very nice kit lens, 15 to 45mm, which is brilliant for content creation. So on that 15 setting, you get a really nice wide angle shot if you're filming, especially when the camera is quite close to you. Just gives that really nice shot. And if you want to take a few photos as well, that'll give a nice wide shot. And if you want to, you can zoom it right into 45. And obviously at any point, you can change the lenses down the road, but that's not important straight away. We just want you to have the dream setup to get you started as a creator. If you think, you know what, I love my phone, but I want something separate from my phone, so we massively recommend the M50. So why is this awesome? It's just awesome. You can knock in the SD card, the SD card. You can, if you want, you can play around with the shutter speed and ISO and all the settings. But for me personally, quite often I love to just press record, let the camera do its thing, and it is really good in low light. Anything else to think about? Has a flip up flash if you're taking photos, very easy. Buttons there on the top, which is really handy. And also it has a viewfinder if you're taking photos, if you want to do it the old school way. It comes with a battery and a strap. Maybe down the road, a little power tip, I would recommend maybe a spare battery. It's just handy to have. I've got 3 or 4 batteries. It's very handy. You don't want to do what I've done a few times, gone out on set, and then the battery's dead and I haven't got a spare one. That's always fun. So as you can see, it's a very nice camera to hold. If you want to see briefly what it actually looks like, just bear me 1 second, because I actually do have the M50 right here, right now, to show you how awesome it is. Just briefly then, this is the M50. I absolutely love this camera. It's a brilliant camera. And as you can see, it has the flip screen, really nice to use. Take off the lens, easy to do. It's really nice camera. So you can see it's nice and light, really nice camera to use. And it's just easy to go and ready to go. If you want to see more about the M50, I have lots of videos on the M50. So I just wanted to briefly show you how awesome the M50 is. So as your first camera as a creator, if you don't want to spend the earth, the M50 is great. And let's see if there's any other deals for you. So you can just get the camera if you want to save yourself £10, £20 or dollars. You can just get the Does the M50. Another thing to bear in mind actually on the Mark II is it does have what's known as clean HDMI, so you can use it for live streaming, just have to get the right cables. That's something to bear in mind if you want to up your game as a streamer, gaming, streaming in general. Also, I've noticed earlier, if you want to save yourself about £100 actually, knock it down to $550, by all means check out the original M50, which basically has everything the M50 Mark II has. It just doesn't have the clean HDMI, so it's a bit more complex to live stream with, and it has a few less settings, but it's pretty much the same camera. It's just been rebranded, so bear that in mind if you don't want to spend, you know, as much as that. So that's just a little power tip. By all means check out the original M50. So the next one I want to share with you then is lighting. Now, as a content creator, you really want to check out lights. We've got some nice backing lights there, which are really nice. But what I really wanted to show you is, let's see if we can find it, is floodlights, softbox light. That's probably be easy if you just type that in, Dave. Softbox light, it's really handy. And I would highly recommend looking for one that's some good reviews. That looks really good. There you go, that one there, that's a good one. You know what? If you want to save yourself a bit of money, that has nice reviews. It's not too bad. I'm trying to find one that we have. Now, I only have 2. Don't worry, I will put a link in the description for you. But basically, what I'd highly recommend for you is get yourself. There we go. There's a nice one there for you. Brilliant. Look at that. Absolutely brilliant. From Neewer as well. I believe that's the ones we've got. Brilliant. Well done, Dave. £70 or just over $75, $80. Get yourself a set of 2. That's pretty much the new version of what I've got, pretty much. And 20% off at the moment. So that's absolutely awesome. Thank you, Edge. So that's really cool to notice. There's a great deal on Amazon. Go and check it out. I'm going to have to put a link to that in my box so I can give you a nice little link for you to check out after this video or as you watch this video, so you guys can check it out and get the best deal today here on Amazon. So I'd highly recommend. They come with some really nice natural light bulbs, which are really good, or lamps as they're technically called, and that just gives us what I've got at the moment, this really nice softbox light. If you just check this out in the moment, we go back to Cam 1, I'm using the softbox light here, reflection off the wall, and it just gives this really nice soft light which cameras and lenses in general just really like. It just gives this really nice soft light, which is much better than, you know, you got more control of it than you have the sun, because let's face it, that's hit and miss. And if you can use side lights and your house lights and stuff, but the light is a bit more orangey and it's just, you know, it's just not as nice. So as you can see, it just gives this really nice natural light. I only need one because, you know, my studio is not the biggest in the world, but I do have 2, and sometimes if I'm using a bigger room, it's just nice to have the option of that second light. So that's something I would highly recommend. It's really nice. You can make it as tall as you want, which is really cool. It does actually come with a little bag, so if you're going traveling or going on set, or perhaps you're, you know, where you're filming is away from your house or home, that's something to bear in mind. So it's just really nice, and it all packs away very nicely and neatly, which is really cool. So I would highly recommend this is part of your setup wherever you're filming. Just bear in mind, sometimes you might only need one if you're filming in a small space, but just bear in mind, for that cool setup, you quite often want you know, at least 2 lights if you want that nice soft light. And a little power tip actually for you people that like doing light, just briefly, hit the like button if you're getting value, and hit the subscribe button if you want to support the channel and you want more videos like this. Now, we would highly recommend having at least a couple of lights just to give a nice even light over your face. And if you're wearing glasses like me, I'd highly recommend definitely having light on the side, not in front, because otherwise you'll get this, well, I've done it today where it doesn't do it, but quite often if I haven't got the light in the right place, I get this really annoying reflection on my lens, and it's just really annoying. So sort of bear that in mind. So I tend to find if I have a light on the side, it's really nice, and as I'm reflecting off the wall, you can see it gives us this nice it shows the features nicely, gives a nice soft light. But if you're in a bigger room, you might just need another one. Otherwise, one side of your face will be a bit shaded, and you just have to get a second light. And if you got two, it doesn't matter because you've got both of them ready to go. That's pretty much all there is to say about that, really. You could go and talk about for hours about lighting, but sometimes it's just simpler just to get on with it and just experiment and see what's right for you. And if you've got the M50 will do most of the hard work for you. And bear in mind, you can actually use the setup with a phone as well, and have a tripod, lights, and a external microphone. And that's something to bear in mind. Now, let's check out a microphone. Now, we recommend a shotgun mic just because it's easier. Shotgun. And we go, I'm going to call it the Rodeo. And here it is now. It's just over £50. It's a great deal today. 60% off. Go and check it out. Again, there will be a link to this in the description below. So go and check it out. Smash like if you're getting value. And this is massive. This is really cool. Let's see if it shows you a little video. That'd be quite handy. So as you can see there is the Rodeo external microphone. As you can see, it just has this little audio jack that just plugs into the microphone, will plug nicely into your M50, and I believe you can use this in phones as well. And it's just a really good microphone. This is a microphone I keep debating about getting. The only reason I haven't is only because I've already got a couple of microphones which aren't quite as good as this one, and I'm looking at getting this at some point. But this is a brilliant microphone because you can the M50 has a little adapter on the top of it. If you just see there, it just has a little adapter on the top of it, and you just connect it on top of the camera and off you go. It's just easy. It's just easy to use, and you just connect it, and as long as you've turned the microphone on, which is, I know that sounds silly, but believe me, the amount of times I've gone to film, it's ridiculous. As I drink some, check out our merch. Absolute value. Just briefly, if you're getting value from today's video, don't forget to hit the like button and consider subscribing. And if you want to support the channel, you might have seen the bottom of the screen while I've been talking, check out our merch. We've got mugs and t-shirts, and we're always adding to the shelf. Absolute value. But yeah, I would highly recommend this external microphone. It just gives really nice sound. Again, as I was saying earlier, it's just really nice to just improve your audio, and that's something that you want. Now, something I wanted to show you earlier. I've said this many times before, so I apologise to those of you that have watched many of my videos over the years. But I would say, as a creator, as good as your camera is and all the rest of it, your tripod is that unseen best friend for any content creator. And I found this tripod for you. It's pretty much the same one I use from Victiv. Regardless, it's amazing, and this is pretty much the same one we use. And why do I like it then? So it has a very nice handle there, which is really nice. Some nice grips, which makes it nice. Little power tip, actually. If you want to get a nice pamming shot, you can hold on to the tripod, and as you're moving along, you can get this really nice shot. Now, what I like, a lot of tripods, I don't know if you can see that, where my sort of icon is. A lot of tripods have this annoying turn winch thing to make the tripod go up and down in size, and I don't like that because I don't know, it just feels fiddly, and I don't know, it takes too long. And quite often, if I want to set up a shot, I just want bam 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 gone, as you can probably tell. So I like this little screw, so you can just unscrew it slightly, pull up to the length of the tripod, how high you want it, your top part of your tripod, and it's all ready to go. And obviously you can change the length, which is really handy. Let's show you an example. There you go. So you can change the length. So starts at 21 inches. It goes right up to 72. And I would highly recommend, actually, why I like the 72. That's about as high as I've seen as well. And you want a tripod, just a little power tip actually, as a content creator or filmmaker, you want a tripod that goes at least eye level, if not higher than you. Now, if you're literally a giant, you might have some problems there, but for most people, if you can get it eye level a little bit higher, it's just really good, because that just gives a more professional shot with the camera, and it's just, Obviously, if you're doing like experimental shots, that's different. But for best practice, if you're just doing head videos or just average filming, you want the camera at least eye level, maybe slightly higher, and that just makes the person being interviewed or being filmed, it just makes it look better and it just looks more professional. So that's something to bear in mind when you're buying your tripod. So that's why I recommend this one, because this is about, that's in our terms, 182 centimeters. So, you know, for most people, that's a nice height. And that's one of the tallest ones I've seen as well. So that's something I'd recommend. And another thing I like about this tripod is it also turns into a selfie stick. It pops out the top, and that's really handy. You can see there you have a phone adapter, a mount as well. So if you're a creator that uses their phone, you can connect your phone to it and off you go. So that's really handy. What I love about this, actually, when I was talking about those Pam shots, it's quite handy. Or if you're just thinking, you know, I don't want the whole tripod, I just want my camera or phone on top of the tripod and off I go. And that just makes filming just easier. And what's a little power tip, actually, you could say, well, why don't you just hold the camera or the phone? I find even with the steadiest hand in the world, I have noticed and discovered over the years of filming, and I have been doing this for 15-20 years now, I have discovered that it doesn't matter how still your hand is, when you go to edit your video, I guarantee you will get what I call shake it baby, and it is really irritating. And you can correct it in post, but why do that when you can fix it while you're filming? So just by having it on that selfie stick part of the tripod, it breaks, it almost acts like a suspension for your camera, and it just makes it more steady. And yes, the camera does have self-steady options and stuff, but it just makes it even better. And this is why I say the tripod is your unseen friend as a content creator. So that's something to bear in mind. So I hope that was helpful. So if you've got value from today's video, feel free to ask any questions. Do not go anywhere, because I just want to show you our merch, actually. But if you've got any questions about today's setup, please put it in the comments below. If you've got value, hit like and subscribe. We are everywhere, but I won't bore you with the details. Just check it out in the pinned comment. And I just want to say, this is an awesome setup. You don't have to get the camera. You can just start with your phone, with the tripod, your unseen best friend, your set of lights, and possibly at some point your microphone. There might be a bit, you can get a little mount that goes around a phone where you can connect your tripod on top, which is really cool. But I would massively recommend the M50, because it's just really nice to have something separate from your phone. It feels more professional, it's easy to use. Honestly, you can just put it into video mode, press record, as long as the lighting and sound's good, off you go, and you're ready for action. Thank you so much, and have a great day. And don't forget to check out our merch. You guys rock. You guys rock. You guys. If you would like to help our brand support, we've got t-shirts, we've got mugs, and from time to time we add to the list. So go check it out, link in the description. And also, if you want to support the channel, like and subscribe this video. You want to get value from this video.